In this video, I'm going to show you how to wire the single pole switch to this switch box you see here beside me. And I'm also going to show you how to wire two switches in a double gang box. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you get a notification every time I release a new video, and hammer that like button for me. That's all I ask in return for making this video. So we're not going to waste a bunch of time today, so let's get started. This is the double gang box where we're going to be wiring the two switches to after we do the single gang box. And for full disclosure, I am not a licensed electrician. I have wired my own houses and they all have passed inspection, but all building codes are different in different areas, so check your local building codes before doing your own electrical work and see if it's even possible to do your own electrical work in your area. All right, let's get started on that light switch. Before I start stripping the wire, I wanted to show you that there are different manufacturers of switches. So as you can see, these two look very similar, but they're different manufacturers, but they function the same. Both of these have gold screws on one side that are going to be for your hot, which is the black wire to hook to, and you're going to have a green screw for your grounds to hook to, and here's the green screw here for the ground to hook to. And they both have, as you can see, have screws in the tops and bottoms here that screw into the switch box to secure it into place. And I wanted to show you something very interesting that a lot of people probably don't know. If you look close here, if you see this indentation and this length, that is a strip gauge. That shows you the length in which you need to strip the wires to wrap around these screws comfortably. And this one has a strip gauge too. It's right there. So check your switch to see if your strip gauge is on there or not, and it should be. This actually came from Home Depot, I believe, and this one came from Lowe's. And I'll put a link to switches in my Amazon store if you want to go through Amazon to get these switches. Before you do any electrical work on a circuit, be sure to come over to the panel box, open it up, locate that circuit, and kick that breaker off. So that way there's no power going to that circuit. All right, let's get back to wiring that light switch. In this case, we got two 12-2 wires coming into the switch box. This one is the power. This one is going up to the light. So the first thing we need to do is strip the insulation and casing off these wires. So to do that, I just take a utility knife, but they do make Romex wire strippers, and I'll put a link to those in my Amazon store if you would rather purchase those if you're going to be doing your own project to strip your wires. But in this case, I've been doing this for most of my career, and the utility knife works fine. You just gotta go across the jacket really lightly, just enough to score it, and then peel back the casing and get the paper and the plastic off the wire. And just be sure to cut away from the wire and not towards the wire if you're going to be using the utility knife method. So what we got here are two neutrals, we got two blacks, and we got two grounds. So what we need to do first is get these grounds down, and we're going to tie these grounds together. This is what's called a crimp sleeve, and it's really easy to use. All you gotta do is slide it over both your ground wires at the same time. These bare coppers are your ground. Then all you gotta do is take a pair of pliers, crimp that sleeve really tight, and twist the wires together like this. And you don't want to tighten it so tight to where it breaks the wires, but just to twist together very nicely. And then separate the wire a little bit, and then snip this back about 1/4 inch from the sleeve, and then bend it over, and then crimp that together tight. And that's all there is to addressing your ground wires. And now we need to strip the insulation off these wires. I'm going to use these wire strippers for that. And all you got to do to use these is place this in the gauge in which is indicated on the wire stripper. And according to that light switch, it looks like it's about 5/8, so I'm just going to guesstimate about 5/8 of an inch. It doesn't have to be perfect. And so anywhere from 5/8 to 1/2 inch look to be about correct. So now all we need to do is take a pair of needle nose pliers, grip the end of the wire that's stripped, and then twist it into a hook, a nice sharp hook. Now do that to the other black wire. So you only do this to the black wires and the ground wire. Just give them a nice hook. And then we're going to put these kind of to the side. Now with these two neutral wires, I'm just going to twist these together first. So I'm just going to take my pliers and just kind of give them a good twist together. Something about like that. And then I'm going to take this wire nut, one of these. This can hold up to 3 12 wires, so 2 should be fine. And then we're going to go ahead and wire nut the neutrals together. And always keep twisting until it's relatively hard.